In this video, I would like to introduce you to a non-traditional strategy for multiplying whole numbers. Okay, this is not a strategy you would use on a normal base, but it is very interesting and intriguing. The following strategy is not meant to be a replacement for the traditional strategy for multiplication, but just another intriguing strategy that could be used. You could use this strategy to have fun with individuals watching you by having them wondering and amazed at your process for finding the answer. This strategy is mainly discussed to give you a look at a totally different and bizarre strategy. This strategy involves halving the one number and doubling the other number until the half is 1. If you have a remainder when halving, you just ignore it and go on. When complete, add every double that is associated with an odd half to get your answer. Some examples. Number 1 here, 24 times 125. First, I'm going to half the 24 and double the 125. So I get 12 and 250. Now I'm going to continue halving on the same side I started on. So I'm going to half 12, double 250. 6 and 500. Half 6, double 500, get 1,000. Half of 3 is 1. Ignore the remainder, and we are down to our 1 and the halves. Next, take every odd half and take the double associated with it. So I take 1,000, 2,000. I'm going to add. So my answer is 3,000. So 24 times 125 is 3,000. I kept halving the one number, doubling the other. Then in the end, I go back and pick up the double that's associated with the odd halves and add them to get my answer. Example 2, 126 times 234. Let me half 126, double 234. Now I'm going to half 63, double 468. Ignore the remainder in this case. Half of 31, double 936. Half of 15, double, and we keep ignoring the remainders. We half and we double, we half and we double. Now, if we look in this case, all the odd halves, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 odd halves. That's a lot of numbers to add. So we add them up, so there's your answer. Now, as you can see, in some cases the arithmetic is simple, and in other cases it is not so easy. So you want to pick your numbers accordingly if you're trying to show this to other individuals. In other words, an example like number 1 would be much easier to show them than example 2. Let's look at some other examples. Let's take 64 times 150. This case, I chose a real nice number. So I divide by 2, multiply by 2, divide by 2, multiply by 2, divide by 2, multiply, divide, multiply, divide, multiply, divide, multiply. If you notice in this case, I only have one odd half. That's 1. So my answer automatically is the 9,600. So 64 times 150 is 9,600. This is one of those really nice ones. It's even better than example 1 because it only had one odd. Let's look at 37 times 230. Half double, half double, half double, half double, half double. Take the odd halves. Don't forget 37. So in this case, you have 3 odd halves. We add, we get 8,510. So 37 times 230 is 8,510. You notice your quickest, easiest one was example 3. Example 1 came next. Example 4 came third. Example 2 you probably would not want to do because there's too much work in it. Okay, so this is just another way to multiply numbers. It's Russian peasant multiplication. Okay, and it's unique, bizarre, especially since you throw the remainders away. Okay, ignore them. But it is interesting and fun to do in class with students. To learn more about this strategy and other multiplication strategies, get detailed explanations, additional examples, and practice problems, go to Mason's Amazing Math on teacherspayteachers.com. Enter Book 1, Chapter 9 in the search box. Download Book 1, Chapter 9 ebook pages for $1, and you'll be amazed at what that $1 will buy you. I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully you found it informative and very interesting. Even though it is bizarre, it's a good way to make people wonder what you're doing if you show the strategy.